Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the prose lesson Eidgah from your English reader, lesson 1, prose Eidgah. Student, do you love to celebrate festivals? I guess yes, because festivals brings us lots of joy, happiness into our lives. Can you name any festival? Yes, Diwali, Pongal, Ramzan, Bakrid, Christmas, Onam, Holi, and many more we celebrate. Festivals are normally celebrated based on occasions like seasons, harvest, rains, and other religious events. We Indians celebrate lots of festivals than the other country people. We are all gifted ones. We enjoy a lot with festivals and the holidays with that. Yes, really, Indians enjoyed lots of in their festivals. This lesson, Eidgah, talks about one such festival, and the story was written by the Indian author Munshi Premchand. It was written under the pen name Nawab Roy. It's one of the most well-known stories of Premchand, published in the year 1933, and written the story in the Hindustani language. Later, it was translated and adapted by Umar Raman. This story was written in the year 1933, almost 87 years back. Dear students, keep your textbook along with you. Read the lesson very carefully. Now, you can pause this audio for a little while and read the lesson given to you. Then you can listen to me. I guess you have read the lesson thoroughly. So, what is Eidgah? Eidgah is a public place where people gather for each other to Eid worship. Okay, what is Eid worship? Our Muslim friends celebrate lots of festivals like Ramzan, Muharram, Bakrid, Islamic New Year, and so on. Among these, Eid is the most important festival, which is also called as Ramzan. Here, the author opened section 1 describing the Eid morning as even the nature, the sun sky trees were favoring the festival with fresh, bright, and get looky look. He says that the villagers were excited and they were wake early to go to Eidgah. The boys were all the more excited and waiting impatiently, and they have started counting their treasure that they have saved several times, imagining what they would be able to buy in the fair. Treasure means saving money. Muhammad had 12 coins, Mohsin had 12 coins, as you have read in the lesson. And here, author introduced the main character Hamid, a 4-year-old boy who lost his parents recently and he was taken care by his grandmother Hamina. So here Hamid lost his parents. Hamina, his grandmother. So she confronted him, saying that his father had gone to earn money and his mother went to Allah to get in lovely gifts. Hamid had only 3 paisa, yet he was the happiest of the boys. He believed that on his parents' return he will have lots of coins than his friends. On the day of Eid, Grandma Amina was so sad. She was missing her son. She didn't have any grain to making food at home. And all the more she was worried to send Hamid alone to Eidgah. But Hamid assured his grandmother and convinced her to get back first and save from Eidgah. However, Hamid left with his friends to Eidgah. All the boys ran ahead of the elders, admiring the big houses, fruit trees, and the garden on both sides of the road. Soon they came across the colorfully decorated sweet stalls to buy some sweets, where the sweets were arranged like mountains. Dear children, I think you can see like this sweet stalls in the festivals in your village. With this, section 1 comes to an end. Children, at the end of section 1, we read that all the excited villagers, Hamid and his friends started to going to Eidgah. Do you all have the experience of attending festival in your village? I think if you have, you would have enjoyed better than the festivals in cities. In cities or like these Chennai metros or Coimbatore or big cities, we don't have 100% joy and happiness. Even when we celebrate festivals, but in villages we do have a lots of fun because festival we celebrated 1 day or 2 or 3 days or for 1 week. At the final day, usually in religious near the temple or the church or mosque, there would be lots of stalls, toy stalls, sweet stalls, and many more, as well as there would be lot of rides for children like merry-go-round, roller coaster, and so many that we have here in theme parks. So the villagers used to enjoy lots and people from different villages. See children, this is merry-go-round. We are using to enjoy in this festival. Here the different villages gather for the festival in one place to celebrate. So they make the festival as a meeting place or as a gathering place. See children, this is merry-go-round. I think you also used in this merry-go-round in your festival. Here people do gather, here gathering to meet each other. Now in this section 2, we are going to see these boys came across the crowded roads, people moving to Eidgah. In the tangas, acres and motor cars, all bubbling with joy. Everything in the fair seemed so wonderful. For these village children, at last the children came across the Eidgah. All the newcomers lined up behind the rows, and after the praise got over, men hugged each other with affection. Then children moved toward sweets and toy shops to buy something. Hamid friends climbed on the horses and camels of the merry-go-round, paying 1 paisa for 25 rounds. Then they brought some costly clay toys like policeman, water carrier, lawyer, milkman, and so many toys. But Hamid was not willing to spend his money of 3 paisa for this few miserable rounds on merry-go or for pleasurable toys. He thinking he would want to buy something to his grandmother. In section 3, we see Hamid coming across a hardware shop and his eyes falling on a pair of tongues. He decided to buy a pair of tongues because his grandmother did not have any, and it occurred to him that he didn't want his grandmother to burn her fingers anymore while making chapatis. So he bargained and brought a pair of tongues for 3 paisa. After he brought a pair of tongues, his friends made fun of him for buying that and even teasing him, saying that, "Is that a toy? What are you going to do with that?" But Hamid carried it proudly like a gun, and provided his tongues were stronger than their toys. He said that he could use it like a gun or a musical instrument. If he wished, his friends agreed, and one of his friends, Sami, wished to exchange his small tambourine worth 8 paisa for Hamid's tongues. But Hamid refused that. They all returned home by 11 o'clock. Grandma was upset that he had brought tongues without eating or drinking anything in the fair. but when she heard he got it to save her fingers from burning anymore, she was deeply touched by his selfless love and care. Hence, the tongues seemed to be so precious for Grandma Amina. See, children, he brought the pair of tongues to gifted his grandmother because while making chapati, she burns her fingers. So he decided to buy something to his grandmother. So she deeply touched him. Children, I think you all have understood the story very clearly. What did you all understand from the story? Do you pick up something for your life from Hamid? Yes, though Hamid was only 4 years old, he was very loving, caring towards his grandmother. So, dear children, it's very important as we grow, we need to have love, care, selfless desire towards our family members. Show your love and affection towards your parents by obeying their words, doing your duties without fail, and learning your lessons. Children, all that we learn in school should give us some impact in our day to day life. So, from today onwards, I guess you people will take a resolution to be very kind and polite, loving, and caring to your family members. So, respect your parents, obey what they are saying. So, you should respect your parents. You are a good student. Thank you, children.